is going on, Crypto Bolts, and welcome to another video. Today, guys, we have a very important video because every time Bitcoin does this, guys, when Bitcoin starts down tracing like this, like it had this major dip, all the altcoins and all the other coins, which are our favorite meme coins, start going down. And I'm going to have a sneak preview for you guys on a brand new bot that's coming for Tron. You're going to definitely want to check that out. But I just want to get this video out to you guys as quickly as I possibly can, because now is the time to buying opportunity, right? So as you guys see, Bitcoin was actually doing pretty good, and then it took this massive dump right here, bringing it down to like 58k. Currently right now, it's kind of stabilized a little bit from the actual dump that it took. It hasn't bounced back, but this has people panicking, and when people panic is when we actually buy. So a little quick sneak peek, guys. This is a brand new Tron Vision in Bullix, and I will be sharing a link for you guys to get early access, which you will only be able to get through us. So make sure you guys keep it locked here. Also follow me on X. So I'll share it there as well, and also on TG we'll be sharing it there as well. So with that being said, let's take a look at the first one. So the first one we're gonna be talking about, guys, is Punky. Now Punky actually took a big nosedive as of soon as what we're just kind of talking about right now that happened with Bitcoin. You guys can see that there's been a nice downtrend here. I hate using the word nice because people are losing money, but nice for the people who are actually able to get in at a price you probably wouldn't have been able to get into if that would have not happened. As you see, a lot of people are buying 10 SOL, 5 SOL, depending on what you could put in here. Now, with these that I'm going to be mentioning, you want to come in with a reasonable size just because these are high market cap ones, and these aren't going to go as volatile as like a newly launched memecoin, that could 10x, 100x. These are going to be ones that you want to put some money in there, hold it for a little bit until it goes back to an all-time high. Punky all-time high, guys, currently right now is sitting at 375. As you guys see, it had a big boost from the 60 all the way to 300. It dropped back down to the 150. It hasn't dropped down below the 160 curve, and it's bounced back up to 379. So that's kind of like the bounce back we're looking for. A perfect entry right here, to be honest. I mean, ideally, I would want it to dip all the way to 128. That would be like a golden opportunity if it dipped down this low. But I do see maybe hitting the 150 range here. We'll draw a nice little box here so you guys can know exactly what range you guys want to get in here. Right now, it's holding nicely at that 160 range, but I'm gonna make this a little bit big because this is a very good entry at any part of this square, right? So you were looking for I would say anything between 120. I don't see it dropping to 120, but you never know. You never know with crypto. So right now, I would say even in this 160 range, so anything between I would say 160 to 120 should give you a nice entry here, for you to be able to get in here. Because even if you were to get in, like let's say you were to get in at 160 and it drops to 140, that's very little percentile you're going to be losing, and this will eventually bounce off. As you see, it actually dripped to 120 and it bounced back up to 223. So it's very close to a 2x, just off of that nice little bouncer of that initial dip. So I would look for something around that range and put in a good a certain amount of there, because eventually this will go back up. The next one we're gonna be taking a look at, guys, is Mumu. Mumu, once again, a very good coin. Had a very beautiful rally from 30s, 30 mil all the way to almost topping the 300 mil. So very good 10x right there. But as you guys hear, huge god candle was moving upwards, and then we got the news, and now we're in a downtrend. For this one, guys, I am going to be looking for a range. I don't like where it's sitting right now, and it's 120. Still pretty healthy. I'm going to be looking for an entry here. Now remember, these are going to be very crucial on when you get in, okay? So we're going to be looking for an entry somewhere. Oh, why is it drawing that? We're going to look for an entry. I'll show you guys right now. I wish it would just keep by default. Okay, so we're going to be looking for an entry here. So we're going to go anything between this 100 range. Okay, ideally, if we were to drop, I'm going to put it if it drops below, but I doubt that it's going to drop below. That's why I kind of don't want to say it. But if it were to drop like in the 80 range, that would be the where you want to buy. But ideally, For this one, we're gonna be looking at a good entry here between this 100 range, all right, to the 110 range. If this doesn't mean actually, it's actually drawing another one. All right, let's delete that. Okay, delete it. Delete, delete. No, it's not letting me delete. Okay, so basically anything within this range. So within the 100 and anything 120 below, that is kind of where we're looking at. Currently, right now it's at 118. Still a very good buy. I see a lot of people are coming in with buys here and very sizable buys because they know this is eventually going to bounce up. So a really, really good coin. Anything within that range should be ideal. So anything between the 115 here and the 100, that is where you're looking to purchase and buy. Which eventually, after I'm done making this video, we're gonna come and buy here with some size as well. Next up, we have is Nub. Nub is another really good one. Now, this is not going to be as volatile as Punky and Mumu because this is going to take this, I believe, like I call these slow clickers. Eventually, this will rise up, but Punky and Mumu will probably rise up first. But this is something you kind of, this is more like a, like if you have, not financial advice, guys, all right? This is if you have 30 soul, right? And you put, 10 on Punky, 10 on Mumu, you come and dump 5 in here, and you know what? Wait for it to go down just a little bit more, like in this 7 mil, 8 mil range, and then just let it sit there and see what it does until it hits, gets up to at least the 30, 34s. Eventually, this will go up. I mean, this has had exponential growth. The team seems pushing, like they're very active on Twitter, so this eventually will go up. Okay, so we're gonna have that one. The next one is Wolf. Now Wolf actually took was doing a nice correction here, and then we got started getting the news about the Bitcoin thing, and as you see right here, it's taken a massive dump all the way down to 23 mil. Eventually, this looks like it might plummet it down to this 20 mil range. If it does plummet down to this 20 mil range, I am going to be buying more as well. I do hold Wolf, so I will be buying at the once it gets down to 20 mil. If it doesn't get down to 20 mil, this 23 24 range is still pretty solid range. The community's been pushing on this one. They're very active on Twitter. They host a lot of spaces, so this is a coin that should theoretically do pretty well once things start looking nicely in the Bitcoin side of things. All right, so the next one we're going to be looking at is Rapdog. I actually told you guys about Rapdog a while earlier on my previous video. We almost 3x on this one from the previous call that I made on Rapdog. So this one did really good. Of course, the Bitcoin thing happened. We had a nice little sell-off here. Currently, right now, it is sitting at 13 mil. I'm going to look for something like around the 10 mil range on this one. It might not drop that low, but if it does, 10 mil to the where I called it last time, which should do pretty well here. So you're gonna look at something like around this range here. Okay, so around the 8 mil to 10 mil range, just so you can get that nice multiple, just like I called it previously on my other one. All right, so the next one we have, guys, is Smoking Chicken Fish, which I also called right here at 10 mil. You guys were able to write this almost to 80 mil. Currently, right now, it's sitting at that 50 mil range. This one looks pretty solid. The only time I would suggest for you guys to get into this one right now, it has nice range of that 50 because I do see this going up. But with what's happening in the market, I do see this to kind of go down to maybe that 40 to 20 range there. So I would definitely look for a nice entry around here. This is where you kind of want to buy. If you buy a little bit higher, it's still a little bit more riskier. Eventually, you'll go up. But this is where the golden opportunity happens if people start selling off due to the panic attack that's happening. All right. So that is Smoking Chicken Fish. All right, so moving along, guys, we have is Whiff. As you guys know, big fan of Whiff. The great thing about Whiff is that it always bounces off regardless of what happens. I called this pretty early right here at this range at 1.12 bill. On my previous video, it had a nice little run up to almost 2 bill, which it did right here. So you 2x right here, but you want to come in with reasonable size on this one. So if this does dip back down to this 1 bill range, because right now, I mean, it's going to start dumping, but I just don't see it dumping all the way down below this. But if it does, this is going to be a perfect entry point because it'll give you a nice little 2x as well there. So you got to come in with a little bit of a reasonable size. So anything around this range right here, the 1 bill to the 1.2 bill would be ideally. But theoretically speaking, I see this actually getting as low as 1.3. I don't see it going below the 1.3. If it does, good buying opportunity for that one. All right, so the other two we're going to be mentioning is Mother. Mother right now is sitting at 32 mil. As you guys see here, it took a nice little dump here. I hate using the word nice. It took a downward trend here from its its push, the initial push that it had from 35 to the 48. But I do see this one dipping a little bit further down, all the way right here, guys, to 28 mil. If it does 28 mil, that is when you want to come in here, 28, 25 for Mother, because it would eventually 2x for you. And the next one is Daddy. And this one right here, guys, took a nice little dump here, right here to word nice again. It took a dump here to 30. I use the word nice because I always buy bottoms. So to me, they're golden opportunities, right? So it went down to 30 mil, and it bounced back up to 60 mil. Another nice little 2x there that you were able to get when you pick this one up. So as you guys see, it's been having some nice corrections, and it always goes 30, and it always kind of bounces back, giving you that 2x. So something I would look for here is, once again, that 30 range is key right here, that 30 range. So anything within 35 to 30, that is where the buy should come in for you guys to be able to get it. So I wanted to get this video out for you guys because these are coins that I usually call them on my TG, I'll call them on X, but there's so many coins that are currently right now that you need to get into that I needed to make a video where I could compile all of them so you guys can go ahead and lock in. Let me know in the comment section down below if you do get in and when you 2x. Also let me know and come back. Don't forget to follow us on X for the early access for the brand new bot for Tron. Make sure you guys keep it locked here, and I will also be posting a link here for the for Tron bot as well. So just make sure you guys save this video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one.